殺そう。俺の考えてる通りならそんなに手間はかからないと思う。この殺意の大元へ繋がった。橘優希、死ね。
Friends, we have made it to episode number 3 of my instant death ability is so overpowered, blah, 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 blah. And here's the thing. We made it to the 3rd episode, and I think I'm going to pat myself on the back that I stuck it through past the 1st episode, which, like I mentioned in the 1st episode, I thought the 1st episode was actually pretty good. Like, I actually really thoroughly enjoyed the 1st episode. 2nd episode, I absolutely hated. And the 3rd episode, I didn't hate, and I also didn't like it at all. Like, I had no emotion during the 3rd episode. And I think that's where my problem starts. And basically what I'm going to tell you is I'm not going to be watching this show anymore. I think that my Thursdays are going to be free and clear, and I'm just simply not going to watch anything on Thursdays anymore, and I think I'm just completely okay with that. I always have a steadfast rule here on the channel of, like, if I am thoroughly not enjoying something, like, if I'm just, like, really, really not enjoying it, then basically, like, all that's going to do, if I force myself to watch it for the rest of the season, if I don't see any chance of there being a nugget or a nougat of goodness within the show for me personally, then all that's going to do is just breed negativity, and I'm just going to put negativity out there each and every week. And it might surprise some of you guys, but for the most part, like, I try to take a positive view on all these shows. Like, of course, you know, I will be critical, and I will say the things I don't like, and I will be, like, super honest and super upfront with that kind of stuff. You know, when I'm reviewing a show, I have to be. But it's one of those things to where, like, I can see myself genuinely, like, there's just not going to be a redemption for this show. And if there is, it's going to be super far along. That means I'm going to have weeks of negativity for the show, and I'd rather not put that energy out there. So just an FYI, you know, I'm going to tell you guys, like, yeah, I'm just not going to be covering this show anymore going forward. Now, when it comes to episode number 3 specifically, another rule that I have on the channel, or another, like, thing that I typically say, I should say, is, like, if a show garners emotion out of you, even if it is anger or hatred or you're pissed off at the show, at least it's getting some kind of emotion out of you. Episode 3, I was emotionless. Like, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't in awe. I didn't find anything funny. I didn't find anything like, wow, I can't believe that happened. Nothing like that happened this episode. And basically, it starts off with them, and I'll kind of run you through. You know, it starts off with them finding a city. And this city, you know, obviously there's been tons and tons of sages. There's been tons and tons of Japanese influence. That's basically where this city derives from, is the fact that there have been so many folks summoned to this world that it's just normalcy. It just happens all the time. And based on that happening all the time, of course, you're going to have folks who are like, you know, baby's first isekai. You're going to want to spread that knowledge. So, of course, it's heavily influenced by our current world and current Japanese influence. And of course, there's a city that appears like Japan because it's based on Japan. So they find a city and they go stay at a really luxury, you know, skyriser type hotel, and they end up running into a classmate. They don't talk about the fact that this classmate left them. They don't talk about the fact that this classmate also doesn't really like them, that, you know, whatever. All they talk about was like, oh, you know, they're my classmates, blah, blah, blah. You know, he doesn't go into like, well, how'd you guys survive? I thought you guys didn't have powers. Nothing of that. They're just like, this is my classmate. They're like, that's my classmate. And he's like, these are my slave girls, you know. And he was like, hey, you know, whatever the girl's name is, Danamura or Damora or whatever the hell the main girl's name is. He's like, you know, join my harem. And she's like, ugh. And the other guy's like, I don't know, you know, if you want to join, go ahead. And she's like, absolutely not. And okay, so that's how that happens. And then all the girls hate her because, of course, and they go stay in the hotel. And because she was invited to join his harem, the other girls are like, we hate her. Even though there's like 6 girls in his harem, but okay, but we hate her. So one of the girls goes, like one of the assassin girls goes, and her fat yokai notices it, and she calls up our boy, and he's like, okay, I'll be right there. And apparently his powers are not only killing, he can sense, he can send signals, he can do this, he can do that. Again, none of this shit's explained. He just can do all this stuff. So he kills her because he just kills everybody. You know what I mean? Like kill, kill, pew, 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 kill, 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 kill. That's all he does. Kill, kill, kill. So stupid. And he kills her, and then he's like, okay, well, we gotta go now because this Tachibana guy is after us, apparently. And they're like, let's go. And then they run into this other girl, and she was like, ice magic. And he's like, oh, I can kill the magic. I could kill the staff. I could kill atoms. He kills her ice. And he's like, and then she was like, oh, I'm gonna attack you anyways. And she's like, my friend showed up. So he kills that, and he kills her. And then she gets cockroaches coming because I guess he got some summoned cockroaches. And eventually he's like, you know what? Because he has killing intent towards us, I can pick up on the wave of the killing. He's like, I'm gonna kill him back through the wave of his killing, and he does some, I don't know, telekinesis killing shenanigans and sends a killing intent back to him, and he kills the Tachibana guy, and that ends up releasing his last 2 saves, and they're like, yo, peace out then. And then they're leaving the city. And there's some other stuff going on with some big, I don't know, evil, shadowy thing that's going to destroy the city or something like that. And yeah, they're leaving, I guess. I don't know. Like, it was just it's just an episode of anime, and I don't like it. It's just like, kill. I'm going to kill that. I can kill this. I can kill an atom. I can kill your keyboard. You know what I mean? It's like, what? This is so stupid. It makes no sense. So, anyways, I'm just done. I think I gave it a chance. I genuinely tried to like it. Like, I wasn't going into this episode like, oh, I'm gonna come and hate this show, this episode. I came in with just like, I hope this one brings us back. I hope this one brings me back into it. But it just reaffirmed the silliness that I just don't like. And if it was like genuinely funny. If it had like some like comedy moments to it, like it got some laughs out of me. If it, went down the Goblin Slayer route to where it just had these gory, like just nasty shit going on, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so, but it doesn't have anything. It doesn't have nothing going on for it. It just has a fat random yokai, and apparently the Danamer girl or whatever, apparently she has these powers that she would have had anyways in Japan, I guess, based on the fat yokai, and bro got killing powers, and nothing's explained. And yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know your final thoughts to me in the comments down below. Let me know what kind of mistake I'm making by not watching this. I'll definitely, I'll read all of it. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if you're going to continue watching it, why. If you're not going to continue watching it, why. If this is the best thing since sliced bread, why. Let me know all that in the comments down below. But this is my final video on it. Appreciate you guys being here for at least the first 3 episodes. I'll see you on another anime show. Lots of really great anime covering the season. So just like me, if you find one that you're just like, yo, this is just not for me, it's okay to just be like, there's just so much other stuff to watch. I don't need to force myself, because there's no sense. Anime and manga and games and media in general, they're supposed to be enjoyable. And if you're not enjoying yourself, you have no obligation to force yourself. All right. Peace out, my friends.